Welcome back. Right, this is the second time I've done this start of the video intro thing. I didn't have the microphone on. I had it attached to there thinking it would work better, but it sounded naff on the computer. Right, so package came. It's a new tape cart. So I've got mini SD. It's a 32 gig. It's the smallest I had. I've put my games image on there and browser PRG, which browser PRG is well, it's what it says on the tin. It's a browser. I just want to make sure that the 64 plays games. I tried it with tape on the 1530, and out of the 20 odd tapes I've got, only 3 work. Yeah, they're all the rest are knackered. So it was very painful. So in the end, I managed to get one up chess. I didn't play it. So watching paint dry. So yeah, so once the tape cart's in, you've done your image with browser on it. Just shift run stop, and it brings it up. Most of you have seen this, but to the new people, it's just a tape cart. So press spacebar or wait a couple of seconds and it'll go off. There you go, that's browser. So just go down to games. There, it's enter. You can see, can't you? Bruce. Where's, oh no, because he'll be way down, money. Right, so you scroll down, arrow down, and it'll just scroll through them all. That's how many. Each page is like 30 games. Bomberman. Coming up to Bruce Lee. There. Yeah. So it won't take long. Not like the tape where it took, I think to the load chess it took nearly 5 minutes, 4 minutes and 30 odd seconds. It was painful. I don't know what we did when we were kids, but Jesus. Yeah, there you go. I'm playing, I ain't got a joystick in. But, so Bruce Lee, so everything works. So I'm alright with that. And so what I'm going to do now is, I can do most of the tape cards, put them internal. But the last one, I was worried about people wanting to get to the SD card. So I had it internal, but with the SD card sticking out. It was a pain in the rear to get it all right. This time, I'm not going to bother. Because I won't keep it on site, but I'm pretty sure whoever's going to buy it's not going to bother with tapes if they've got this in there. It's like a mini hard drive. Well, it is a hard drive that you can access. So yeah, I'm just going to stick it on the internal and have it on some pin headers, so it just plugs straight down onto the pin headers. And if they want to use the tape, they'll have to open the 64 and get in and remove the tape cart. But I only wanted to make sure that would work. I'm going to fix these hinges because obviously I'm going to keep this because it's a nice colour. It's original colour. It's not yellowed in any shape or form. The badges have got a little bit of chips on them, but nothing major. I could have replaced the badges, but the whole case isn't yellowed. It's nice condition. The bottom's a bit dirty, needs cleaning, but other than that. So I'm going to fix these, all of them. But unfortunately, I've got to take measurements and then go downstairs on the 3D modeler and then chuck them on the 3D printer. But unfortunately, I've only got black, white or gunmetal grey filament. I ain't got Commodore filament. And I'm not buying a big reel of it because it's not cheap. And I don't think it's this colour anyway. It's close to this colour. I think it's more than Mega colour. Mega 500, that is. So yeah, I'm just going to use the black ones. So I'm going to have to take some measurements here off of these so we can hook into these here, print them off and then glue them onto the lid, onto this lid. And then with a blade, I'm going to have to shave all this down where somebody's hacked at it with a screwdriver or something. I don't know what they've done. And so what I'm going to try and do now is salvage this label. I've flattened it out a bit, but yeah, and this side as well. It's skew width as well. It's not straight. It's Commodore favourite thing, that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and heat it up with the hot air gun. And see if I can soften the glue and peel it off a bit. Try and salvage it. And I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Yeah. I don't want it on 350. Just warming it up. Not trying to cook it. It's coming off. There you go. Voila. Yeah, not very sticky. I might see if I can put that between 2 sheets of paper and get a hot iron on it. Not a soldering iron, a clothes iron thingy, and a jig. Yeah, I'd be able to salvage that. There we go. If you want to know the serial, there you go. That's the serial number. I'll go cloning it. And so now I need to take this downstairs and give it good screw. This, I don't know if you can see, it's tape marks on it. It's there and up here. So I need to scrub all that. But other than that, the whole case is pretty good. Well, I say pretty good, apart from hacking it with a screwdriver for some strange reason. Yeah, the lid doesn't need cleaning at all. I've cleaned that with IPA and toothbrush. Not my toothbrush. Toothbrush for cleaning these. Spotless. Well, clean. Took some scrubbing. Yeah. You see the old scouring brush where the glue was sticking to it. So I managed to flatten it out ish. Not great, but a lot better than where it was. Double-sided sticky tape. I hate this stuff. I think the label is, yeah, the label's the same size, so I don't want to stick it. I want to stick it in the middle of it. Yeah, no, you can't see. Right, that's that. Let's peel that off. Wish I had nails. Off. Yep, got it. Right, so we can get this sort of this into. Yeah, that'll do. That ain't coming off. There we go. 100 times better. It's not perfect, but it's still 100 times better than what it was. Yeah, I'm being a bit anal with this 64 compared to the others. I don't know whether to keep it or sell it. Yeah. Because, so the cartridge guard here, the shield. On, oh, where's that gone? There we go. On the, oh, not that one. Yeah, cartridge guard there. I took it off. When I was doing the golden 64 before I decided to spray everything gold. Well, spray the covers in the RF box gold. I took it off. This was originally what was the tester. And I polished it. It came out really nice. So I thought, I'll take that off of there and put it on there. And then I'm not going to use that one. The RF lid on the original, well, on the good one, needs a bit of a clean up. It's a little bit pitting. I don't think I'll be able to polish it, but I might be able to get it looking fairly neat. So, and then, like I said, all these capacitors are getting replaced because they irritate the hell out of me. I'm not going to replace these because I've tested them, they're fine. So, like I said before, if your capacitors aren't leaking and they're fine, you don't need to replace them. I'm only replacing the ceramic ones because they're friggin' ceramic discs and I hate them. But yeah, you don't need to replace your capacitors. Like on the 1200 and 600, you got the SMD surface mount capacitors. Yeah, they do leak underneath onto the board and then cause corrosion. But these ones, they don't really leak. They've got a giveaway marking on, well, not on all of them, on some of them, on the high powered capacitors. You have a little cross on the top. What it is when it's over voltaged and it explodes, it blows up from the top, goes out that way. That's why you see on some of these, you see the little cross dug into the top of the silver foil. So on top of the silver there, on aluminium, you see a little cross dug out. That's to, when it explodes, it goes out that way. Generally, it's very rare. I mean, I've got a reel to rail over there from 60s. Still the same capacitors in it, still works. Didn't need replacing. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to keep them. So they're fine, so I'm going to keep them anyway. But what I am going to do is, when this camera goes off in a minute, because I'm waiting for the other capacitors, I'm going to get schematics up for this board, because if that trace was missed, I'm going to take kids in the shower screaming. If that trace is missing from there, and there's 2 traces missing from the 8701, even though one's still connected, but it's not connected somehow. Are they supposed to be there? What I might do is see if I can find any high-res photos of this board, the 425, and see if we can see the underside of it. See where that trace goes. Yeah. Right, so I've opted. I'm going to keep the case. I'm not going to modify it. I'm going to repair it. So I'm going to shoot downstairs like I was supposed to the other day. 3D model 3 clips for the back of the case. Hopefully it works. Yeah, I'm going to do that now. And then we'll take a look, see if it's actually worked. Right, so now you've just seen it printing off. I'm just letting them cool down on the bed a minute, because they won't release, because it's a glass bed. It's a glass bed, and it heats up to about 60 degrees. So I need to let it cool down, because once it's cooled down, it will release the parts. Otherwise, I'll need to get a scrape and start digging out. I don't want to do that. So it hooks into the back of that hole done. See? Now I've just got to line it up. Bloody done it again, haven't I? I'll get used to this again one day. Probably won't, because I'm not doing all the time. Yeah, so what I've said, if you heard me, they've come off. I've printed them off. So they slot in, like I've just said and showed you. Well, I'll edit that bit out, so you'll just see me talking to myself. So they slot in between them. I haven't glued them in. They just slid in nice and snug at the minute. So I'm just making sure I've got the right height. Once I get the right height, I can mark the back of them so I know how deep they are, and then I can glue them. That's if they work. There we go. So that's all 3 of them on. So you can see 1, 2, 3. And another test fit. They need to be glued on properly though. So hold the front because it's not screwed in. Take it to the port, lift it up by the port. The lid stayed on. There you go. So now I've just got to glue them in place. In fact, I don't have to take them out. I can glue them actually in place. Now if I can get a bit of glue in there. I want a good dollop. And push it back. And then glue this side. Sorry you can't see this bit because I need my hands. Active spray. Make sure it's on without sticking my finger to it like I nearly just did. Spray that bit. Is it in? Yeah. Quick spray with that. And then quick spray with that. And that'll be good as gold in about 10 seconds flat. So that's it, 3 clips done. Now if I'm really anal, I can mix up some acrylic paint. Bending over to talk to you. I can mix up some acrylic paint and match the colour of the case, paint them on the back, but I don't think I'm going to be that anal. I'm going to be anal, but not that anal. Because what I am doing, like I said, I'm going to change those ceramic disc capacitors because I friggin' hate them. And they'll be coming this week, so they won't be in this video. Well, this video is last week's video, so the new replacement capacitors will be this week. But that won't be a part full, that's just me replacing all of them, so I might do a video of it, because there might be a few other little bits I want to do, like the air shield for the cartridge port and the RF box. Clean them up, get them looking newish. Yeah. Actually, it was that bad yesterday, off of camera, yeah, because I don't watch TV, so, and there was nothing on YouTube to watch. And I came up and started cleaning this ground rail, polishing it up. I got all the way across here and I thought, sod that. Hold the board because it's unscrewed in. Get all the plastic bits out of it. Actually, that clipped in then. Not stopping it now. That one's in. That in. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Case sealed again. So then 3 screws, originals. It's a very nice Commodore 64. Like I said, the label has got a few little scuff marks on it at the top, and power as well up here. But I don't think I'm too bothered about that. You can on eBay they sell reproduction ones, so I could replace them if I wanted. Right, so that's the end of the video. I've just remembered something else I've got to do, but I will put it in the next video because it's last week's video, which you just watched, which was part 2. It was really long. I'd edited it right down, but it was still long. I'd skipped loads of stuff out of it because it was too friggin' long. But the tape cart, I'll do in next week's video when I'm doing the capacitors. Because I'm going to internal, put the tape cart internal again, but not worry about getting to the SD because there's over 2,000 games on the SD, so you won't need to get in there to get to the SD to add some games because you're not going to play all of them. Well, you might do if you haven't got a live. Shift run stop. Just make sure everything's still working. So games. Where's school days on a Commodore 64? It was one. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Just keeping this one short because, like I said, last week's was stupidly long. And I couldn't edit any smaller than that, otherwise it wouldn't have made sense. Some of it didn't make sense when I was watching. I'm thinking, yeah, they might have missed that bit, but it might have. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.